Camera number 343 of 365 is the Yashica 44 LM, LM meaning light meter, which we can see here. It's not through the lens, it's a twin lens reflex camera. It takes 127 film, not 120. So I will have to re-spool some 35mm film that I've got onto the backing paper, which is 127. So we get those sprocket holes right up to the edge of the film. So let's look at the camera. As I say, twin lens reflex. It features a, I believe it's 60mm lens, Yashica lens f3.5. That's both the, so this is the viewing lens, and that's the taking lens. It actually takes the image. And then of course we lift up, in true fashion with TLRs, we have to lift up our viewfinder. And then, I don't know if I can get an image, there we go, we can see that now, classic view through the screen. And we focus with the right hand, no we don't, beg your pardon, left hand. We focus with our left hand with the scale there. So that pushes the whole plate here up and down. Sorry, difficult to do without getting in the way. There we go, you can see that up and down. We do get a field of view guide here, depending on what aperture we've chosen. And we can set our film speed through this window with the slider there. It's just again difficult to do that without obscuring that. So we just select our film. That we can then read off an EV reading, a light LV reading, sorry, LV, light value. And then once we've got a light value, we've measured the scene, we then input that into our little scale here. So having set the ISO, and we can then move the inner circle to our film speed, and then the outer scale here with this little white marker where my thumb is to the light value that's rendered. So for example, if we've pointed our camera and we get a light value of say 8, we then set the scale to 8, which is there where my thumb is, 8, and then using the scale here we can have a choice of aperture and shutter speeds depending on the scene we're taking, and then we manually input those into our camera. The right hand controls our shutter, and the left hand controls the aperture. So typically when you're holding the camera, you're using your thumbs to move either one, and then we're good to go. Shutter speeds go up to a 500th of a second, I believe. That's correct. And down to bulb. What else can we say? Obviously our little lugs for our straps. Our shutter button is here, and we just have to charge the Copal SV shutter, and then we can take it. And then we have a flash synchronization port, a self timer button, and there's a little switch here, yellow one, where my thumb is, which we have to select when we're using flash. So that's pretty much it really. So charge the camera, take the photograph. That's it. Okay, I'm just looking, I don't think there's actually any provision for a cable release. Okay, so to put our film into our camera, let's just close that. Sorry, yes, there is another feature, of course. So with the Yashica, we do have little sports or eye view that we can look through, like that, or we can do the more traditional method of looking down with our magnifier like that. Putting our film in our camera, we have to unlock the film chamber, which we do like that, and then we lift up the back. Now I've already placed a film in here because I do fiddle around with that, and I'm conscious of time. So this is the take-up spool here, and this is where we put our film in. So 127, and we just ensure that our markers, our two arrows, are on that the marker there. It says used 127 only, and then we close our back and lock it, and then we basically advance the film to frame number 1. So, okay, so we're actually on frame 3, I missed it. Okay, so assuming we've found frame 1, sorry I can't see that because of the light, we then have to go to the front, we have to pull that lever and press our button. That resets the counter, and then we're good to go. Okay, and then we take our image, activate our shutter, take our photograph, and then simply wide on to frame 2. The camera automatically stops. That's quite important that we remember that. So press the button and just move that slider there to reset. And that resets to number 1. Okay, and that's it really, I think. So, oops, not going to sit down. There we go. Okay, so that is the Yashica 44LM, and that is camera number 343 of 365.